Hey, y'all, how y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing well. Good evening to you all. I want to make sure that I did this video for y'all tonight. Again, this is Coach Tonetta, your certified life coach, and I want to say thank y'all for being here. This is a continuation of the video from this morning. I was talking about faith this morning. How to love your faith and love your higher power, your God, whatever it is, or whoever it is you believe in. I was talking about that this morning, and I did let y'all know that I was going to read, since my shirt it says faith, and it has Hebrews 11:1. I was going to read that entire verse for y'all tonight. So that's why I'm inviting y'all on. So that's why I'm here tonight. And this is something that I've never done before, just to let you all know. This is definitely different for me because I've never read an actual Bible, like a long verse online. I posted scriptures or things like that, but I've actually never read the entire verse on here. So this is the first time. So I guess y'all are good for that. Y'all are virgins to this. I guess I put it that way, just like I am. So, and I want to say again, like I was talking about this morning, the reason why faith is so important, of course, whatever faith that you have, God will, of course, give you grace. Whatever God you believe in will, of course, give you grace. It does not matter where you've been, where you're currently at, or where you're currently going, no matter what you've done in your life, any of those kind of things, whatever you've done, God will always give you grace. And like I said, that was one thing that I had to realize when I was going on my faith walk, my faith journey, and that kind of thing as well. Like I said, I definitely had to realize that. And I had to realize that, of course, I may be alone during those down times and the times I'm in my room in my bed crying or whatever, what have you. But I had to realize that, of course, God is always there. Like I said, that was definitely something that I had to realize and get it through my thick skull, that God is always there regardless as to who physically is next to me or present, that kind of thing. But God is always there. There's to listen when I write. I always say that I'm writing to God whenever I'm writing in my journal and talking on these videos, any of those kind of things. Like I said, that's always is always going to God is how I look at it. So like I said, I definitely want to again welcome y'all here. Like I said, I'm going to be reading. This is a continuation from the video this morning that I talked to y'all about. And if you haven't seen that video about loving your faith, make sure that you go back and look at that video. It's the one right before this one. Like I said, I definitely want to welcome y'all here and just make sure that y'all knew that. Again, I want to make sure that y'all know that there's a link in my bio here on Instagram and on Facebook. There is one in the description, or Instagram or LinkedIn. There's one in the description of the video that will, of course, take you to an ebook talking about, is a free ebook that I did for y'all. It's 10 pages. It's called Where Are You? This ebook is walking you through, of course, walking you through, asking you those questions, giving you the journal prompts to write down in your book, in your notebook, where you currently are in 7 different key areas in life. For example, finances, career and business, your personal development, all those types of things. It talks about those 7 key areas in that ebook. And for each one of them, it gives you, of course, a walkthrough, journal prompts, some ways that you can look at things, some examples and that kind of thing as well, in order for you to figure out where you're at so that you can plan and make your goals towards where you're going to. So like I said, go ahead and get that ebook. So let me go ahead and get on to reading Hebrews 11:1, and it's talking about faith. Now, faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. I know I've heard that definition of faith a lot of times. And of course, I'm going to finish because I have never actually read the actual scripture that it came from. So like I said, this is new to me. It may not be new to y'all, but it's definitely new to me. And like I said, when I read that about faith, now faith is a substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. What that tells me, of course, like I go back to all that faith, trust, and belief. All that belief, all those thoughts that you have, believing that you can do this, that vision that you're setting, those are things that you're, of course, hoping for. They're not taking place right now, but they're, of course, things that you're hoping for. The same thing that goes along with our goals. People may call them manifestations, whatever you want to call them. They all mean the same thing. It all goes back to faith. They're things that you hope for. The evidence of things not seen yet. I guess I put it that way. Of course, you can hope for these things, manifest these things, talk about these things, set some goals for these things. But once it happens, of course, you know your faith was at work. I guess I put it that way. But let me go ahead and finish reading, y'all, because I'm going to get off topic. Now I'll start back over. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good testimony. By faith, we understand that the words were framed by the word of God, so that the things which are not seen, so that the things which are seen were not made of the things which are visible. By faith, Abel offered to God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, through which he obtained witness that he was righteous, God testifying of his gifts, and through it, he being dead still speaks. By faith, Enoch was taken away so that he did not see death, and was not found, because God had taken him. For before he was taken, he had this testimony, that he pleased God. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he who comes to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. By faith, Noah, being divinely warned of things not yet seen, moved with godly fear, prepared an ark for the saving of the household, by which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is according to faith. By faith, Abraham obeyed when he was called to go out to the place which he would receive an inheritance. And he went out, not knowing where he was going. By faith, he dwelt in the land of promise as in a foreign country, dwelling in tents with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he waited for the city which has foundations, whose builder and maker is God. By faith, Sarah also received strength to conceive seed. She bore a child when she was past the age, because she judged him faithful who had promised. Therefore, from one man, and him as good as dead, were born as many as the stars of the sky in multitude, innumerable as the sand which is by the seashore. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar, were assured of them, embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. And thanks, sweetie, 5253 for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. For those who say things, declare plainly that they seek a homeland. And truly, if they called to mind that country from which they had come out, they would have had the opportunity to return. By now they desire a better, that is, a heavenly country. Therefore God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared a city for them. By faith, Abraham, when he was tested, offered up Isaac, and he who had received the promises offered up his only begotten son, of whom it was said, in Isaac your seed shall be called, concluding that God was able to raise him up even from the dead, from which he also received him in a figurative sense. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. By faith, Jacob, when he was dying, blessed each of the sons of Joseph and worshipped, leaning on top of his staff. By faith, Joseph, when he was dying, made mention of the departure of the children of Israel and gave instructions concerning his bones. Y'all just realized I didn't have my phone turned down. If I can turn it down. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, good. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hidden 3 months by his parents, because they saw he was a beautiful child, and they were not afraid of the king's command. By faith, Moses, when he became of age, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the passing pleasures of sin, esteeming the reproach of Christ greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he looked to the reward. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible. By faith he kept the Passover in the sprinkling of blood, lest he who destroyed the firstborn should touch them. By faith they passed through the Red Sea as by dry land, whereas the Egyptians, attempting to do so, were drowned. By faith the walls of Jericho fell down after they were encircled for 7 days. By faith The harlot Rahab did not perish with those who did not believe when she had received the spies with peace. And thank you, M.E.R. Carter, for joining. I hope you're doing well as well. And what more shall I say? For the time would fail me to tell of Gideon and Barak and Samson and Jephthah, and also of David and Samuel and the prophets, who through faith subdued kingdoms, worked righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions, quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, and out of weakness were made strong, became valiant in battle, turned to flight the armies of the aliens. Women received their dead raised to life again. Others were tortured, not accepting deliverance that they might obtain a better resurrection. Still others had trial of mockings and scornings, yes, and of chains and imprisonment. They were stoned, they were sawn in two, were tempted, were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, and tormented, of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered in deserts and mountains, in dens and in caves of the earth. And all these, having obtained a good testimony through faith, did not receive the promise, God having provided something better for us, that they should not be made perfect apart from us. So like I said, that is Hebrews 11:1. I definitely want to make sure that I read that to you all, like I promised this morning. Like I said, I had not even got to that part in the Bible yet, but like I said, I definitely want to make sure that I read that particular verse to you all. Because like I said, the shirt that I got on today actually has the faith. It actually has the first verse of this, the first sentence of this on the back of my shirt. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen. That's actually on the back of the shirt. But on the front it says faith, Hebrews 11:1. But like I said, I definitely talked about that this morning. And I talked about, like I said again, just keep in mind that no matter what you've been through, what you are currently doing, what you have currently done in life, that God will always give you grace. And like I said, that was one of the things that came out the video this morning that I definitely want to pass along again to y'all this evening in this particular video. Like I said, whatever faith walk or faith talk that you're doing, like I said, make sure that you, of course, loving whatever position you're in. I don't know every single thing about the Bible. This is my first time actually reading the Bible. I'm actually in Samuel 2 right now. Yeah, Samuel 2 right now. But like I said, Hebrews is way farther than where I was. But like I said, I'm embracing all of that walk that I'm doing right now. It does not matter where I'm at. It matters where I'm going to. I guess I put it that way. I don't know the exact specifics of what's going to turn out, of course. Reading the Bible and that kind of thing, I have no idea yet. Like I said, I'm very new in this walk. So like I said, definitely. But I just want to pass that word along to you just to let you all know that whatever spot you're in, just love the spot that you're in. Like I said again this morning, like I said, I was atheist for a long time until I'm 45. So it was 4 years ago when I, of course, surrendered and that kind of thing and wanted to, of course, bring a higher power into my life. And the first time I intentionally prayed for something, I guess I put it that way as well. Like I talked about in that video this morning, and I got exactly what I prayed for the rest of that year. I guess I put it that way. There were some folks that moved out of my life that, of course, shouldn't have been there to begin with. And then there were some folks that, of course, moved into my life that, of course, changed the trajectory of my life forever. I guess I put it that way. So with that, I want to say thank y'all for tuning in. Again, I want to make sure that y'all remember to, of course, get your free ebook. Is with the on Instagram. Is in the link in my bio. The ebook is called Where Are You? On Facebook, LinkedIn, on YouTube, wherever y'all are seeing this video at. You all will have a link in the description of the video. And that, like I said, that's going to lead you to a free ebook. The ebook is called Where Are You? I know a lot of times we always wonder where we are in life, what's going on, why we can't move ahead, why we're stuck at this point. That ebook is only 10 pages, y'all. It's only 10 pages. It's going to help you, of course, figure out where you currently are so that you can make plans, create that vision, and make your goals to get to where you're trying to go to. So with that, I want to say thank y'all for tuning in. Again, this is Tonetta, your certified life coach. I want to say thank y'all and have a good evening. And like I said, again, wherever you all are on your faith walk, make sure that you're loving every minute of it. So take care, y'all. Have a great evening.